Hey dolls, happy to be here. Happy to have you here. Welcome back for another reading. Also, if this is your first time, hi, welcome. Nice to have you here. My name is Kisa, and I'm your favorite tarot reader. Please do me a favor before we get started. Like, subscribe, and share. Let me know also how this summer has been treating you in the comments. This reading is a little late, but it is your summer overview, and we still got enough time to catch these vibes. So let's see what Spirit has in store for you. If you're interested in a personal reading, you can book those. All the information is in the description box below. They're available 7 days a week. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Today's reading is going to all be about, this is my delayed summer solstice reading. So it's going to be all about the energy that's coming into you for this summer. So I'm excited for you to receive it, okay? Before we get started, I want you to go ahead and ground yourself. Take a nice deep inhale. Sit up, spine nice and long. And release. Before we get into the story, it's important to go and ground ourselves, okay? And we're going to go into all signs for this reading, all right? And just go over what summer is looking like for you. There's already been videos posted for Cancer season, and the individual signs are coming out for July. So tap into that, as well as just the overall monthly overview. But just, you know, there's already a lot of good information on the channel, so check that out separately as well. And feel free to please follow me on social media if you are interested in daily tarot scopes, okay? All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started with the sign of Aries. All right, the first thing is coming up is saying that you're gonna see this summer is going to be about you not only uplifting yourself and stepping into your next level, but also helping other people do that. I love this energy for you, Aries. One thing I do want to say is that you're definitely protected. I feel like you're going to be stepping into a space to be protecting others. Just be mindful of not doing too much. And what I'm saying is it's good to step up for people, but make sure that they're also advocating for themselves and that you are not draining yourself and trying to make sure things get done, people get seen, people get heard. If you're in a relationship, I would say spend a little bit more time on cultivating that and taking care of that person. Right now, things might be a little bit off for you guys. You can get back to it. You can't get back to your center, but you have to just pay more attention to it. Because there's a big home life imbalance, and that's just letting me know, like, you're really focused on making money right now, or focused on the big picture, but it's those little things that the person that you're involved with feels like they might be suffering through. That's for some of you. For others of you, you're going to definitely be celebrated and appreciated for your efforts. Just make sure that you don't burn yourself out, okay? All right, let's go ahead and move right along into Taurus. Taurus, baby, it's a take a break. Take a break. You're suffering in silence. This summer, you need to come back into your center. You have been working so hard. You have been going, and nobody realizes how you're truly feeling. Two of Pentacles here is letting me know that you've been balancing like your personal life and your work life, and something went off in your personal life. So you've been burying yourself in work, and nobody really knows that you're having a difficult time because you're like managing these finances and managing just your overall lifestyle, right? Like you're just trying to keep everything going. I feel like maybe there was a shift in work and you had to take on more responsibility, or a shift at home, you had to take on more responsibility, but you're getting very resentful and you kind of hate where you're at right now. Also, this was so interesting is this, we have Knight of Pentacles. So it's like there's not enough fun, not enough excitement, not enough carefree, light energy. And you're like at that level of burnout for some of you. Also for others, I feel like this was supposed to be temporary and it's lasting a lot longer than it was supposed to. This is what I will say, this is just the season. And you thought the season was going to be done with the summer because you wanted to be outside. I see things lifting up around Libra season. I know that's a lot later than you would like, but to get you through, you want to make sure that you stay very grounded and balanced in your approach to things. I know you're upset, I know you're frustrated, but make sure, be mindful of what you say, what you write on paper, and the way that you just generally communicate with people, because it feels like you might be creating an island upon yourself, and you're going to get on the other side of this, but it's like you're not telling anybody you need help. And then you're lashing out at people because maybe they're going on vacation. Maybe they live in their life and you feel some kind of way, but also you're not telling people that you need more support. For some of you, this is speaking to being more social. You might feel like you don't have the time to be more social, but you got the time to be more social. Like, make the time, right? Because that is what's important. And I feel like once you do that, then it'll be like that catalyst. They'd be like, oh my God, I seen you've been going through such and such. You've been doing blah, 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 blah. And you're like, yeah, such and such. And you'll get the more of that support you need, but it's like people aren't seeing you. So that's part of one of the problems. And it's hard for them to see you because how you gonna be outside and being responsible? So, Cancer, ooh. You are Cancer, okay, so happy birthday season. You're so focused on accomplishing or doing something. The Spirit is saying you're already doing the things that you want to do, right? With this being your birthday season and a rebirth, you're already doing it, and wishful thinking card makes sense. It's kind of like you might be hitting the pinnacle point of your birthday. And you're like, I want 23 to look different. I want 45 to look different. I want it to look different. But you're looking for your second chance or new opportunity. But honestly, you already are doing the things that you want to do. It just doesn't look the way you want it because you need to tweak it a little bit. I'm saying that because we have 3 of coins here in reverse. So this speaks to having to refine a skill. Also, you need to collaborate more and create more efficient teams for yourself, even if that's in your household, right? You burnt out because you're doing all the chores. Well, maybe as your roommate, maybe as your partner, maybe tell your children to do things. You absorb and assume a lot of responsibility that you don't have to because you don't know how to delegate. And that's why you feel very overwhelmed. And it's emotionally draining you because you take everything so personal. You take everything as a direct offense when it's not that. You have to really understand that people are just people. If there is an idea in your mind or there's an action that you need to just move forward with. Ace of Wands is speaking to that. Stop waiting, stop wishing, stop hoping, stop thinking, stop, I'm never gonna say really stop praying, but stop praying and say, oh God, give me this. He's already giving you everything you need. You're just not doing what you're supposed to do. So find that internal motivation and stop allowing yourself to be a martyr this summer. Moving right along into, I didn't do Gemini. Gemini. Okay. So this is speaking to you having a lot of stress this summer. This is interesting because we have the initiation and the stress. Your level up is causing you chaos because you are having to separate from some shit. Yep. You're having to separate from some shit you wasn't really ready to, or it's just a separation that's requiring you to assess how long you've been sitting in the rut. And it's bothering you, it's bothering your homegirls, and it just isn't sitting well with your spirit. With the High Priestess here, as difficult and as bumpy it may be, continue to lean into that energy because this is speaking about trusting your higher intuition. Also, there's a stillness that's necessary, and your life right now is very busy. There's a lot of different people, places, things that are going on. So you have to kill the noise. And that's really hard for you because you're always on a go, you're always moving around, you are always separated and surrounded by beautiful people. So it makes it difficult for you to like settle in your own energy, settle in yourself. But the High Priestess is speaking to trusting your discernment, listening to your inner voice, being like in more of a meditative, like not as isolated as the Hermit, but kind of like the High Priestess is like me, sitting still, reviewing all the options and then providing information. That's what you kind of have to go through for yourself internally right now. But you really don't, you're happy that things are ending, but you're having a really hard time letting go because you feel like you missed the opportunity, or you thought something that you invested in was going to be like a big windfall or like an answer to a prayer. For some of you, this has to do with a relationship, especially because the Five of Cups is here. But also for a lot of you, this has to do with your emotional attachment to what success looks like. And I just want to say, by the end of the summer, you're definitely going to like start to accept that this thing had to happen, and like be in more of a space of letting go. But you're really just afraid right now, and it makes sense that you're afraid of the transitions, because transitions are scary, but you're going to get through it. Remember, the initiation, this is like a walk of this is a rite of passage. You are walking through the threshold, so you need to go through this to get to that. All right, I think that's a good omen. It don't feel good, but it's definitely a good omen for you. All right, we're going to go into Virgo. Virgo, there's something that you need to be saying, that needs to be said, and it needs to be expressed. But because this has to do with a relationship where you're still nurturing, or still like you're supporting someone, you're afraid to really tell them how you feel. And the problem with that is you are suffering mentally as a result of it. Like you basically want to confront somebody about something, but you're afraid that you might lose their friendship or your relationship with them. I mean, what kind of relationship do you got with somebody if you can't tell them how you feel? Be it friendship, romantic, even work. And I was having this conversation with my husband about something kind of unrelated this weekend, but I definitely understand how it's hard to advocate or say things for yourself. But with the Three of Swords coming up here, this person don't have no problems saying how they feel about you, or betraying you, or doing what they want to do behind your back or in front of your face. So you need to be confident in your stance and say what the fuck is on your mind. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, stop going back and forth, mulling, thinking about this and that. You giving them person grace that's not thinking about you. For others, there's a lot of possibilities that are in front of you, that are available to you, but you're so tired and so exhausted, probably from that situation, but there's a different, but probably. You're so tired and so exhausted you can't move forward and go into them. You're right at the breaking point, baby. Keep going. Keep going. Everything that you want is on its way to you. It's just like you run into the finish line. You just gotta keep going. Just keep going. Don't stop. Don't stop. Get it. Okay, anyway. But that's basically what that's giving. Leo, let's see what's going on with you. Baby, you are super overextended right now. You're having a difficult time. It looks like that's because you're fighting battles that don't have anything to do with you, or you're involving yourself in situations that just like are above what, how can I say? It's like family might be fighting and you interjecting yourself in a family fighting because you want everybody to get along. You can't make that happen. So it's like you always want to, and that makes sense because you guys always want to advocate for people, always want to step forward for people, but it's like this is not that. You also have to break the chain. I feel like this has a lot to do with like your family situation for a lot of you. But for some of you, it has to do with the way that you always get involved in situations. Like, you are so busy fighting other people's battles that you're not able to go forward and do the things you need to do for yourself. And what's so unfortunate right now is the clear path and opportunity is right there, but you're allowing yourself to get distracted and into some other things that have nothing to do with you. There's a lot of setbacks right now that you're facing as a result of that, and you just really feel overextended. Well, baby, mind your business. Mind your business, and then you won't be overextended. For others of you, you feel trapped, like you feel like you're in a situation that has no end. I'm making these faces because it's like, this is basically the same story. You're trapped, you need a break, and you are defending shit that don't have nothing to do with you. Mind your business. That's what you need to do this summer, Leo. Mind your motherfucking business and get out of other people's shit. Ooh. Scorpio. There is a action that you need to take, but you're a little bit unsure of how to do that because of some personal boundaries that have been set. Don't deny the energy that's coming toward you. Something is, hey. Don't ignore that. I feel like for some of you, this has to do with like advocating for yourself. I feel like, and it might even be, this is the thing. It's interesting. I feel like you could be being oppressed by somebody else, but also I'm feeling like you've been oppressed by your own thoughts, your own ideas, your own like belief and abilities. And I'm saying it because I have the 8 of Pentacles in reverse as well as the Page of Pentacles. So this kind of gives like, you feel like you don't deserve enough, or you feel like, you feel like you've been doing your best and nothing has come of it. But it's like, really, have you really been doing your best, or have you been doing like just enough? And I think this season is calling you out to level up and ascend, and that's difficult for you. Others of you, I feel like there's, this has to do with like your finances. Like you are either supporting somebody, and it's not, you're siphoning, right? Because you're supporting somebody and they're not doing what they need to do, and you need to have a conversation about that. Or you're not managing your own money, and it's blocking you from having other opportunities. The beautiful thing about this is you have the Wheel of Fortune card here. I do see that there will be an improvement of sorts based by your, I would say based on what we got. What is next? I would say about Virgo season, like right at the start of fall. And some opportunities will come up. But here's the thing. This summer, you need to be focused on positioning yourself for a level up and removing things that are blocking you, especially as they're emotionally based, in your attachment that create insecurities in your lifestyle. So it's like you think you're not good enough for a job, so you don't get the job, which means you don't move, which means you don't make more money, right? So you gotta fix that mindset, or you need to invest in yourself, but you're supporting people, or you're giving to causes, or just money is pouring out, right? So that's what that speaks of. But also see, you might be moving, so that looks positive. For others of you, there's some issues that are going on with your family, and this has to do with setting boundaries with your family and unbound. I don't know why all my readings is coming at folks jugular this month, but we coming at your head, okay? Libra. Ooh, you are you're going through a season right now. Some of you this summer is really interestingly having you very insecure or cautious about how to move forward. I don't think that's a bad thing. And I'm saying that because we have the Seven of Pentacles here. You're really protecting your investments and putting energy and also love and making sure that the things that you want down the line come to you. And I love to see that. Like this summer for you, you're really focused on being patient, playing the long game. But at the same time, this is new for you. So you're very like nervous, and protection is just speaking to protecting the assets that you have right now. Temperance speaks of just keeping moderation between like your physical and your spiritual body. I do feel like you're in alignment with that. Just, you know, this is good. You're protecting what you work for. And the only thing with the paranoid card is just speaking to being guarded with that. So that's good. Continue to do that. Continue to stay in that energy, because I feel like this is the start of you having a very pivotal level up, but you're laying the foundation now on into creating that. For others of you, you gotta, it's so funny, it says Vegas here. You guys gotta get outside. This summer is going to be about you having fun and play in Vegas. Have fun this summer. As much as you're focused on, growing and investing and cultivating, get outside too, because like you got work hard, play hard. This is going to involve you shifting your mindset around that. I feel like you might have not been really responsible before in the past, so you feel like you got to be extra responsible now. Or I just feel like this is all new to you and you don't want to mess it up. You're not going to mess it up if you go have a drink and go dance. You deserve it. You've earned it. All right, so we're going to go into Sagittarius. So somebody owes you an apology. I also feel like you might owe yourself an apology. I feel somebody owes you an apology. The apology is coming. But you responded in a way that was too much, and there was things that you did not know about the situation. I feel like you've had a disconnect from like your friend group or your family. This is funny. Answer the call. I think you're going to they're going to call and reach out. When they do, answer the phone. See what's going on with them. This is changing your summer, because I feel like you and this person are close. And then now what's going on, it's changed a lot of things. Like, you will be with them and it's like maybe y'all would get a yacht every summer, and now you ain't fuck with them, so now you ain't on the yacht. You know what I'm saying? It's really changed things for you. But also for others of you, this summer is requiring you to look at yourself and see yourself fully for your own participation in different difficult situations. You might be going through a depression. I feel like you will get on the other side of it, but the key to that is accountability. Capricorn. Ooh. You have been betrayed by someone, and that this summer you're working towards like transitioning out of that energy. Some of you, if you're away from home, you might be considering like moving back home. Some of you in home can also be being in a more comfortable and familiar space. Also, for some of you, I feel like you might have betrayed somebody, like stated things were different than they were. And now what's happening is everything is becoming undone, and you're having to face the facts of what to do with it. The issue though is you're pretty naive. And you think this person is going to change. You think the circumstances is going to change just because they said they are, but they're not showing you that. Spirit is literally saying, align your life and mask. Now look at these images. Believe who people show you they are in action, not just words. Things need to change based on what's happening, because somebody is deceiving you, but you're also allowing yourself to be deceived because you don't want to face the truth. You need to make a choice. What you gonna do? All right, Capricorn. Now we're moving on to Aquarius. All right. So this is funny. Not funny, but like, it's funny because I really think I just be reading. Okay. You are in this isolation because you are trying to create new boundaries in your relationship, and you're having such a hard time with it because you gave folks a lot of leeway to play with you and they fumbled. So now it's like you just want to be left alone, and you are leaning more into the isolation than the like reflection of how to integrate people again. So I think it's funny because I know a lot of Aquariuses that are going through this right now. So we have the boundaries card here, right? And also the isolation. So it's like, you see, this is what's funny. They're in the middle and all these people want their energy. And it's just like, no, let me be in my meditative space. Like, because her eyes are closed. Like, this is, yeah. A lot of this has to do with you elevating spiritually. Like, you are really aligned with your divine highest self right now, and you don't really want anybody else to get in the way of you in that direct connection. Because other people's thoughts and opinions and energies is overwhelming you. It's overwhelmed you for a long time, and you want to help, but then you also feel like when you get to helping them with stuff, you forget about what you have to do. You are in a space also of like reevaluating what works for you, what doesn't work for you. And I just feel like take as much time as you need in isolation right now. Take as much time as you need in isolation. You might start peeking out in this Cancer season, but I'm really picking up more on Scorpio. Everybody who's supposed to be there is going to be there. So don't worry about falling out with nobody. The folks that you need will be there when you're ready to come outside. And I think this is a part of why it's important for you to isolate, because you need to see who's still standing with you, especially after all the energy you've given. For others, your ancestors just want to remind you that they're here to support you. This also speaks to more self-reflection. And what's interesting about this is speaking about untapped potential. Spirit wants you to know that the sky is the limit, and, leaning into that energy will help you with your level up if that is something that you are focused on right now. But you're not doing it alone. There's other people with you. Pisces. Pisces, you are giving until it's gone. And you got to ground yourself. What's interesting about this energy is we have the Toxic card here with grounded. There's so much chaos around you right now that has nothing to do with you. And as an empath, you're absorbing it all like SpongeBob. But Spirit is saying that you need to step out of that, step away from that, and then step into your own higher power, your own needs. Six of Pentacles is saying that you can still be generous, you can still share your resources, but you need to take a more grounded approach. Like, the thing with you, Pisces, you're never going to stop giving love and caring, but from where are you giving love and caring from? Like, this is what you're going to be reviewing this summer. Also, you have to respect yourself a lot more, because you come through as the Hierophant. So people look for you for guidance. People look for you for respect. And what's interesting is all these cards are upright. Because this is how you're showing up in other people's stories, you need to show up that way in your own personal and physical body. And conforming, I see, is occurring. Thank you, baby. Conforming is occurring, and it's like necessary in some instances, but also like, where are you conforming just to conform? Where are you just going and doing things because that's what other people expect of you. You know, get grounded in what is necessary for you so that you can like enjoy this summer without guilt. For others of you, the answer is no. If they act, the answer is no. No. And this has to do with consequences. People have to live people got to deal with their own shit, okay? And you got to stop allowing yourself to get tied to what fucking stories that they writing for themselves, okay? Wow. Y'all gonna have a wild summer of transformation, and as you should. The world is burning and everything not rainbows and butterfly cups. You need to grow the fuck up, y'all, okay? I'm just gonna pull a palette cleanser on these angel cards, and then authenticity. This is speaking about showing up as you are. No fluff, no buffs, just being you. Because that's what the world needs to see. And that is how you are going to find your tribe. A lot of you guys are lonely. A lot of you guys are looking for relationships. They can't find you because you're wearing a mask. Figure it out. Thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate your support. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.